hit that record button because, you know, we got work to do. We're not watching these for free. Come on, bro. We got to watch these to post. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead. Let's get started. I'm going to let y'all, like, have y'all own conversation about music in the chat. I'm going to do my work, my homework, everything in between of work. All right? With that being said, let's get started. Let's go. Yo, right here. Right here in the small box. Right here in the small box. Welcome back to Single Seated Reactions, only on the Flex Mind Network. I'm Flex. Welcome back to the channel. It's Jay Nolan, baby. It's Jay Nolan. What are we talking about today? So this video is titled Drake's Cash Money was held in escrow for 10 years. And he was called the GOAT by Jim Jones, like that means something. I actually have something to say about the Jim Joneses, the Joe Buddens, and anybody and everybody that is shouting out their GOAT. I need to speak to them. I need them to come to the front of the congregation when we get to that segment. But for now, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the reaction. Hit that notification bell so you get notified when I drop my videos, as well as when I'm live with y'all, bro. Come tap in with the live, bro. It's worth it. I promise. Come tap in with us. Trust me, you're going to like it. And if not, blame Dante. Look, let's go ahead and let's get started, bro. Let's go.
Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Let's go.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid Jay Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry. Your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there as we start this new week. As everybody should know, a lot of the content creators and YouTubers out there, they're doing 1 year later with all of the songs that were released in the beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. I'm not necessarily going to do that, but I am going to use some new footage that's been released from Birdman in his new interview with Nick Cannon that was released recently.
Really?
Where he talks about some of the business between himself and Cash Money, Young Money artists, namely Wayne, Drake, and Nicki.
I heard they're trying to introduce a new Young Money artist team. Like the new generation of Young Money. I ain't gonna lie, they all look like school kids that failed everything.
Specifically Drake, where he basically confirms what people had always been speculating about, not to mention what was also filed in terms of legal as it pertains to the nature of Drake's contract with Cash Money, the money that was owed to Aspire, which is Jay Prince Jr., aka Jazz Prince, who discovered Drake to begin with, pitched his music to Wayne. Wayne wasn't interested. It took, a little bit of time before Wayne actually got convinced that he wanted to work.
But here's the thing, Rebecca, because here's the interesting thing about Young Money. Because it still technically has a brand name, or they have a brand presence, they can always revive it. But the problem is that now that you're going to revive it in today's generation, you got to be able to navigate in today's generation, in today's social media. Because Young Money back then was at the height of when social media was starting, right? So it's kind of tough. Because now, like, your whole strategy has to change. Congratulations, you got a group of misfits together. And you're going to try and make them look good, but do they sound good? Are you able to market these individuals correctly? Are you able to put these individuals on pedestals for success? Do they all individually have their own rapping capabilities? Are they able to rap at high levels? Because, listen, in the content space that we are in today, it is not like back then with Young Money back then. The same old generation Young Money in their social media space, in their content space, is completely different from today's content space. It's dog eat dog on all these DSPs. Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere. It's dog eat dog. So are they able to combat? Are they able to battle? Are they able to fight to get to the top that they think they deserve? Just because you have Lil Wayne as your little mentor don't mean much. Sorry, not sorry. He's not the greatest individual to learn from because he don't even care himself for real. All of a sudden he wants to do something now. What does that say? Doesn't that speak to y'all? Doesn't that say something to y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm just using my brain right now. Why are you doing this all of a sudden is my question. What is there to gain from this? from the same artist that just never really cared for most of his career. He was just doing it for the sake of doing it. The same way how he hopped on everyone's beat on all them mixtapes is the same way, like, yo, he just did it because he wanted to do it. So, I don't know if anyone's noticing that or paying attention to that. Why are you caring all of a sudden? What's going on, Wayne? That's my question to you. What's going on? I'm curious. We're going to find out one day.
With Drake to begin with, they end up...
Yo, Tiff, you want to fact check that? Anybody want to check that before we even try that one? Nippa, Sugar? Anybody want to check that song?
Bringing them into the fold. They do a contract between Drake, Wayne, Cash Money, and Aspire, which was Jazz Prince's company at the time. But then as Drake's career took off...
Let's see what Rebecca has to say, because I know she got something good to say. The markets are oversaturated with crap, as is what they have been noticed in today's climate. True. In the social media content space now, way is more cluttered, is way too cluttered. Facts. He's broke, that's probably why. That's one possibility, but I'm not gonna rule out the rest. Because I feel like there's more to it than just being broke. Because the way I see it initially before I went down the money route is that what's the legacy look like? Because with the way that you're acting and the way that you're moving, your legacy's kind of tarnished because of the lack of care you put into yourself as well as your recent music. So I feel like, what kind of legacy are you trying to leave when you step away from music? Are you trying to bring up the next group of individuals? Are you trying to create a new superstar rap artist? Like, what are we doing? And that might be the answer in terms of legacy. I'm just seeing it differently. Well, Wayne sure isn't talented nodding out on stage and all that he's distorting his legacy and needs to get sober. One thing about Wayne is that the one thing you cannot take away from him is his rapping capabilities. When he wants to rap, that man can rap. That man can rap his ass off. And that is a fact. So if there's one thing that I gotta give Wayne respect for, is his rapping capabilities. But everything outside of that, he needs to learn how to take care of himself. He really needs to learn how to take care of himself. Like, that's just what it comes down to. Because there's no life insurance, there's no health insurance, nothing like that for artists. You're just a worker until you're free. You know? He's destroying his legacy. He had hella talent in the past, but his problems are very noticeable now. People need to say no to him and stop being yes men. Listen, Rebecca, you are absolutely right. And on top of that, there's a certain somebody that needs to learn from that too. We're not saying who his name is, but we know who we're talking about. The whole yes men thing is kind of frightening, bruh. Because it's almost like they're there to tell you, yeah, you're doing the best you can. You can do no wrong, when in reality, bro, what the hell are you doing? Like, why are you doing that? Why is nobody telling you, no, dog, don't do that. Do something else. Try something else. Try something different. Like, what is we on, bruh? What is we on right now, man? Come on, bruh. Let's keep it a stack right now. Let's keep it a full stack right now. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. A lot of these dudes need to get away from these yes men. But because everyone is so comfortable with the life they live, they don't want to get rid of those individuals that they keep around them. Now they look stupid. Now they look haunted. Now they look confused. Because they thought what they thought was right, when in reality, bro, most of the things people are telling you that you keep around yourself is very detrimental to your thought process. And that's your own fault, bro.
Aspire felt like they were being cut.
Rebecca, you're speaking facts right there. Wayne never fixed his past traumas and grew up so fast. He kind of just floated through life right now. Very true. Josh, that is very true. Bro, don't bring up Central C in here, bro. And I am removing drinking, saying this 10 years sober, no, yes, man. Yeah, no to the next, yes, man. They are awful, toxic, and harmful as hell, 1000%. But like I said, it's like having yes men around you. It's almost like you have a drug. That's like the new drug. People that just don't completely understand what it means to be in this space and are only moving based off of the individual that's in front of them, like they're using them as a monolith. They're using this superstar as a monolith and saying you can do no wrong. Brother, all they do is wrong. What are we talking about? Recovering drinker? Hey, that's what's up. Me too, kind of.
Right? And in Birdman's new interview with Nick Cannon, he talked about the fact that nobody was eating off of Drake for 10 years. The money was being held literally in escrow because of the fact that legal paperwork was filed.
Hey, if you want UK artists, I can give you some old school UK artists.
And they couldn't come to any amicable decision on what was going to happen. And they were, fighting through the courts and all of this different type of stuff. So when we talk about Drake and money and him getting that deal with Universal a few years ago for, excess of $400 million and all of this different type of stuff, it all just really starts to make sense as to like why he's really, I'm not saying that homie was broke over the years, right? Especially can't say that compared to a simple person such as myself lifestyle. He been rich the whole time in my estimation. But compare it to what he was actually producing for Cash Money, Young Money, Universal, and all of these different companies, he definitely wasn't seeing.
It's a problem with addicts. It enables the problem to become bigger than it should be in the first place. Very true. What is escrow? Escrow is basically like, it's basically like a third party. Like, okay, how do I explain this the best? Like, I got, basically when it comes down to like any of your deals with whoever you sign to, how do I put this? It's just basically a third party that can hold your money. There are multiple ways for you to get money, to get your money. But sometimes if you leave your shit in escrow, that third party can hold on to your money until you can claim it when it's time to claim it, basically. I think that's the best way that I can describe it. It's just a third money that just holds on to your money. Or sorry, it's a third party that holds on to your money until you're able to claim it. So basically, if your shit's held in escrow for a whole decade, dude had to wait a whole decade before he can even get his money. That's basically how I see it. There you go. What Josh said. Man, this music shit, bro. Listen, when it comes to this music industry, like knowledge and information, when you find out and when you understand something, then you're hit with a whole new avenue of things that you don't get. But it's something that you need to learn from the prerequisites that you've learned. It's almost like with every turn that you make, you find a new avenue where there's a whole plethora of information you need to learn so that everything else that you learn makes sense. It's crazy, bro. But I love it. I love it.
And his just due or what he was supposed to get. And that also harkens back to when he was dissing Kendrick, why it made no sense why you would get on push-ups and talk about the way y'all doing splits, man, your pants might rip. Or to get on Family Matters and say, your daddy got robbed by Top, you stunning Wayne like father like son. You're over here trying to taunt this man over his record deal when it's very public knowledge that your record deal was fucked since 2008. Right? You didn't really become your own man until 2018, even after OVO was established after a company. 2018, Scorpion came out and he started kind of moving on his own tangent. And to be honest, his music ain't really been good since that time. You know what I'm saying? Certified Lover Boy, which terrible album cover, terrible title. But that was pretty much the last batch of salvageable music from Drake since then. So maybe you should have stayed with them motherfuckers, man, because your shit been fucked up ever since. But anyway, we're going to pull that up. We're also going to pull up, we're going to go to Jay Nolan from Future Past, the ghost of Jay Nolan past.
Crazy.
And pull up last year when we actually talked about the Aspire deal between Drake and Jazz Prince. I don't want to reopen the paperwork and reread it, but I did a video on it last year. I'm going to bring that back up to remind people of the specifics of what was going on in that situation, because again, Birdman came out and basically confirmed it, you know, in talking to Nick Cannon about how Young Money and all of them produced over $2 billion off of those three artists, Wayne, Nicki, Drake. He's saying Cash Money brought in $2 billion off of them. Just think of what, and each of them, you know, have had their own financial issues. Again, all of them compared to me, rich as fuck. But again, with the way that things have been handled in their careers, they definitely have taken their own bits of bumps and bruises. Again, they're living great, but could probably be living even greater had things went in their favor. You know what I'm saying? Business-wise.
I was able to allow Drake do whatever he wanted to do.
Right.
Kept him flowing.
Right.
So if Drake putting out albums, we all making money.
Right.
Wayne. Even though while they was tripping, I still
Whoa! 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 I need to hear that again.
wanted to do.
Right.
Kept him flowing.
Right.
So if Drake putting out albums, we all making money.
Right.
Wayne.
You're signed to a nigga that signed to a nigga that said he signed to that nigga. Bro, one more time.
Right.
So if Drake putting out albums, we all making money.
Right.
Wayne.
Bro, you can't make this up. Yo, what did Kendrick say again in Euphoria? When I see you stand by Sexy Red, I believe you'd see two bad bitches. I believe you don't like women. This real competition, you might pop ass with them. Let's speak on percentage. Show me your splits. I'll make sure I double back with you. You're signed to a nigga that signed to a nigga that said he was signed to that nigga. Bro. And Drake tried to deny it. Dude tried to deny it, bro. Literally, everybody's getting your money, and then they putting your money in escrow, so you can't even see them. Yo, no. Hold on a second. So wait. Your money been in escrow for a whole decade, my nigga. Your money been in escrow for a whole decade, bruh. For a whole decade, my boy. Oh, there's no way. There is no way. Oh my God. And this man had the nerve and the heartburn says, "Oh, we just feed you the information." Like, nigga, shut up. Like, what the fuck? Yo, Tiff, facts. Euphoria's aging beautifully. Beautifully. I love that song. It's my favorite song out of all them disses. Hands down, my favorite diss track, without a doubt, bro. Bro, you can't make this up. Bro, Birdman admitted it. He admitted it. Straight. Admitted that shit. Bro. Yo, what the hell, dude? Yo, dog, this is so amazing. This is so amazing. Oh my God, keep going, bro.
Even though while they was tripping, I still was putting hustles down.
Right.
Still made sure Nikki got whatever she wanted.
Yeah, and even because Wayne had to go sit down.
He sat down for 5 years.
Wow.
Once you start that legal shit, it's all fucked up, blood.
Right. So did it all start when he went and got the gun charge and was arrested? Is that what?
No. That was way after that.
Oh, so okay. Because I feel like once Wayne went and did the little time, that's when.
Is that TW? Yo, facts. Jazz Prince hit the ultimate lick. What's good, TW? Good to see you again, bro. Hope you good, man.
Drake and Nicki got.
That's when they risen.
Yeah, they got popping.
Down. That's when it just happened to happen like that.
Right.
They was about to pop regardless.
Right.
You remember? Wayne just happened to go behind the wall
and then Wayne came home and was even bigger. He got
Drake
back to it.
Always took it upon himself. I can't say nothing but respectable things for that young man, Drake. Right. You hear me? Real stand-up nigga.
Right.
Fuck with him to the end of time.
Right.
He took it upon his.
Yo, Tiff, you have a really good point. You have a so let me get this right. Let me get this right now. Let me get this right. The same people Drake said was in shambles was a lie. Because the reality is that he was in shambles. Bro, oh my God. Yo, and here's the thing. The average fan of Drake would never understand this part when it comes down to the music and the sales. They will never understand this part. When it comes down to the sales, first week, whatever, bro, those are overall sales. Those are overall sales. Drake is only seeing a fraction of that money. It's only a fraction of that money. So now that you sit and think about it, he might be getting more money from his stake deal than what he ever got through music. Think about it. He gets a $400 million deal. Well, that's great. So how many ways you gonna split that? Because I have never heard about Birdman until now. He's been living good. Drake is not a billionaire. Oh, yeah, see, Josh, now you thinking, Josh. I wonder what his debt is. No, he's worth $250 million in 2025. He wasted $200 million, Tiff, so he isn't a billionaire. I don't know why people saying that. Because people are slow. I want to waste $200 million. Shit. Bro, you cannot make this up. Drake got 1/3 of that third is crazy. Oh my God. Indeed, Drake was like a cash cow. And the nerve of this man to try and go after Kendrick because of his deal with TDE. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Literally, Drake, yo, oh my God, 1 year later, yo, Drake never had anything on Kendrick. All the news that he got about Kendrick came from the internet. These niggas went on the internet to research Kendrick. Kendrick's getting the information from the source, from the people that know. This nigga never had a chance. He never had a chance. Drop the mic on that flex. Hey, drop it on him one time. Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. Bro, so now that you see him pop out with all them stake deals where remember, he's a streamer on Kick now. So you got to remember that part. So you know how that's going to go down with stake. You know what he's going to be doing. He's just going to be gambling all stream. For the whole stream, he's just gambling his money away. They set him up for failure. This nigga gonna be broke. Yo, this dude, nah, nah. 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 Are y'all not seeing? No, 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 no. Stop, stop. Are y'all not seeing the play? The setup, the face value. Okay, face value. Face value. Front face. Front face. Face value. It looks good. In front of your face, it looks good. Looks like everything looks in order. But in the back, yo, that is the nastiest setup. He better pray everything that he gambles for hits. He better pray everything he's gambling hits. Because once he starts that losing streak, oh my God. They gonna burn this nigga's pockets. And he don't even know what's going on in front of him. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's no boss. He's no war general. Yo, he's not getting used. Rebecca, he's not getting used. He's getting hoed. He's getting hoed. He's getting strung out. Oh my God. He lost 10 mil. Or up to $10 million. That's the start of a downfall. Oh my God. And then, watch this now. Watch this. Remember, he got fed up with UMG because he got tired of putting out albums. He's like, I don't even like this weird ass deal for real. That one interview at that concert, a couple concerts ago, he was talking to one of the girls like, oh, I'm just in a shit deal right now. Or I'm in a fucked up deal right now. I just want to get out the deal, bruh. Bro, looking at all those albums, he put those out to try to get money back in his pocket. But those splits are so split up, he's only getting a fraction of what he... Oh my God. Oh my... You damn right he a 304. He down in Australia making wishes. No, he can't afford... Oh my God. Yo. You see why I like watching this kind of content? Because knowing how my brain work. I can figure out the play behind the scenes. Because I'm familiar with that process. Either from what I've seen, what I've witnessed, or from what I learned. I can speak towards that. That's why I'm having like epiphany on epiphanies right now, bro. It's like fireworks going off in my head right now. Bro, it's so ridiculous. This is so crazy. And you're gonna sit there and... Bro, why did you give Vybz Kartel that chain, bro? Oh my God, Jules, that literally explains it. Maybe that's the only way you could ever compare him to Michael was the fuck the music contract. Birdman, Wayne, Jazz are his pimps. The amount of money they made off him is nasty. Facts. Yo, Tiff, don't kill me. Yo, that rabbit hole is a mother sucker. The very thing he wanted to do to others got flipped on him in the worst way. It really is so sad, bro. It really is so sad. And I don't even think he fully realizes it yet. He thinks because, he has all these people around him, he can, bro, bro, more fireworks, bro, Drake, Drake, I got a question for you. Drake, I got a question for you, and I need you to answer this question. Financially speaking, knowing the financial situation that you are in, please explain to me the purpose of being around top 5. When he's a financial risk. He's a financial risk. So why are you around that nigga? Why? And now he running with Kanye. Bro, the nigga got gifted a swastika chain, Drake, what is the financial gain from having this dumbass nigga beside you? Oh my God. Yo, listen, y'all can't make this up, bro. Bro, once you understand behind the scenes, these people are laughing at him. These individuals are laughing at him. That's why I wanted to speak about Jim Jones later on in the video. Because he's another nigga that's blind too. These niggas are blind as shit. Oh, facts, Tiv. It was never about snitching. Bad investments, if you will. Facts. He's a liability. They all are financial liabilities. So true. So true. These are horrible investments. Terrible. Disgusting. Horrific. Disappointing. I've never seen such BS before in my life. If I'm going to be completely honest. This is... Bro, it only took me about 8 minutes and 30 seconds into this video to really catch on to what's going on with him. There's still about less than 30 minutes of this video to get through. I'm literally scratching the surface and I already done figured it out. That's what you get when you come to the Flex Your Mind Network, bruh. Don't get it twisted. We gonna have our fun. But it's still gonna be very educational at the same time, bruh. Oh my God, this is crazy. We damn near figured out these niggas' pockets, bruh. We damn near figured out these niggas' pockets. Straight. Just off of one little piece of a podcast interview. Fat. Ooh! Ooh! Yo, Tiff. Even better. The Adidas deal. The Adidas deal. The Adidas line. Oh my God. Yo, Drake is actually so slow. Drake, I have another question for you. Drake, Aubrey, I got another question for you. Please explain to me the purpose for being around Kanye, knowing that Kanye and Pusha T were the reason why you lost your Adidas deal. Please explain that to me. Why are you around the same nigga that compromised your pockets? Why are you cool with the same nigga that compromised your pockets and ruined your launch and your grand reveal of your child? And you're around it and you like this nigga. You cool with this nigga. Oh my God, this nigga's a puppet. This nigga is a puppet. Oh my God. This nigga is a puppet. You're damn right, Tyner. We have clever fun over here. Oh my God. Josh, his apparent mob ties keep shouting out at least 3 songs I found were the Russo. Oh God, don't get me started. If I came to Montreal, no, people having a family that have never been to speak of Drake. The real gangsters, I don't want anything to do with Drake. Facts. That's why his dumb ass shouldn't have did that rap battle. His ego got his ass whooped. Top about it. A lot of people were saying, don't respond. People were saying, don't respond. Don't do it. Don't say anything. Just let it go. Turn the other cheek. This nigga like, nah, bro. I can take him. No problem. Bro, these niggas thought lying throughout their rap songs was going to get them the win. These niggas thought lying and manipulating the people to think, oh, what he's saying is BS, is going to make them win the battle. These dudes got washed. They got washed like the dirtiest of dishes. These niggas, oh my God, bro. Let's keep going, because there's so much more video.
Stunner. I know y'all gonna solve y'all shit. I'm gonna take the label and put it on my back.
Wow.
I got this shit till you and Wayne solve y'all shit.
And Tiff, on top of that, Drake is the reason why I deemed that rap beef a career against career rap battle. That wasn't just a rap battle against two artists. It was against two artists with high-level careers. Careers so strong that you can never ignore them. It was a career versus career rap battle. Rap beef, however you want to put it. That's what it was. That's literally all it was, bruh. A career against career rap battle. And look who won. It's sad to see. He was insinuating real violence throughout his songs. All Kendrick said was, wah. Preach about it, bruh. Preach about it.
Shit, I'ma handle this shit. I'ma keep the label going. I'ma make sure we eating. And he did that.
Well, so the thing is, because the average nigga doesn't really understand how the industry works.
He ended up getting slapped on all four cheeks. Is crazy. Yeah, it was a career suicide on Drake's part. Facts.
Through all that, right? Drake running it up and Nicki running it up. None but Nicki, I can't say nothing but like she always been like a little sister to me. I love her to death.
Right.
Solid as a motherfucker. Solid in a gang of niggas. Right. Super solid. First of all, nobody got money from Drake for 10 years.
Wow.
So the money just piled up.
Oh God.
And with all this shit going on, I refuse to.
Whoa. Say that again.
Super solid. First of all, nobody got money from Drake for 10 years.
Wow.
So the money just piled up. And with all this shit going on, I refuse to.
Nobody got money from Drake in 10 years. So for 10 years, all that money wasn't. Oh my God. Yo.
First of all, nobody got money from Drake for 10 years.
Wow.
So the money just piled up. And with all this shit going on, I refused to. I could have got my money, but I didn't want to get my money because that wouldn't have looked right. I got mines and they ain't got theirs. So fuck it. We gonna let it pile up. We go whatever Drake want, he gets. I don't give a fuck what it is.
And this is because you going to.
Wait.
When it look right, I got mines and they ain't got theirs. So fuck it. We gonna let it pile up. We go whatever Drake want, he gets. I don't give a fuck what it is.
And this.
We gonna let it pile up. We go whatever Drake want, he gets. I don't give a fuck what it is.
And this is
gonna let it pile up. We go whatever Drake want, he gets. I don't give a fuck what it is.
And this is because you.
One more time, just one more time, because, yo.
Going to the distributor, you know.
Whatever Drake want, he gets. I don't give a fuck what it is.
And this is.
Jesus God. So let me get this right. Now, I could be going the wrong way with this. I don't know. But let me get this right for a second. So you're meaning to tell me, because your money was withheld all that time, this whole time, you've been getting your money from Birdman. Meaning, now I don't know your relationship with Birdman. So the route that I'm about to take could not be true. But it just sounds like you got debt with Birdman now. It sounds like you got some debt with Bird. That's me. That's me personally. That's what I heard. It sounds like you got some debt. I don't know what y'all think, but me, it sounds like he got some debt with Birdman, bro. He got some debt. You gotta, that OVO chain. That OVO chain, that could have been Birdman right there. That could have been Birdman right there. For that chain. Oh, God. Hey. Yo. Oh, that's his daddy too. Yo, this is so crazy. This is, oh my God. Yo, you cannot make this up. Oh my God. And hey, none of these niggas can say nothing. None of these niggas can say nothing either, because we getting it from the source. We're not getting it from the internet. We're not reading no Reddit pages. We're listening to the source. We're doing our homework over here. This is the source. It's right there. Birdman. Bald head, heavy tattooed ass. Birdman was daddy number 1. UMG, daddy number 2. Jay Prince, daddy number 3. Or to be honest, Lil Wayne could be daddy number 3. Because Jay Prince and them could be daddy number 4. Either way, the nigga got 4 different daddies. Oh yeah, let's not forget his actual father. Because his actual father be getting money from him too. So that's 5 different daddies. One of them is biological. Lord have mercy. This nigga's a pass around. And this bastard's out here flexing on other people's money. That's what I'm... Oh my God. Hey, you can't make this up, bro. Y'all can't make this up. This is incredible.
Because you're going to the distributor, Universal. So it's piling up with them.
Oh, no, it's in escrow.
Okay.
It's in escrow.
Got you.
Ain't no, once you start the book.
That's a good point, Tiny. Oh, he got 6 daddies. Oh, he got 6 daddies. Ain't it convenient that it's 6? I see Rebecca asking, as many as he can get. Yo.
Bullshit, ain't nobody touching.
You can't touch it. When legal action gets going, the money gotta sit in escrow.
It's in escrow.
Right.
It just was sitting.
Right.
So it was 10 summers before anybody made any money off Drake but himself from the crew.
Right.
Everybody he was in business with.
Right.
So I made sure that whatever he wanted, he got. I don't give a fuck if it was 30, 40, 50, whatever Drake wanted, he got. Same thing with Nicki. So we kept.
And we talking M's when we say 30, 40, 50 million.
Hey man, honestly, Gladys, I done $2 billion between.
That's why he's a 6 god. Don't kill me.
Solid.
$2 billion.
$2+ billion.
2+.
Yo, that's why he's a 6 god. 6 god with 6 daddies is crazy. Yo, the convenience behind the number 6 with this man is kind of frightening. It's kind of frightening. My goodness gracious.
$1 billion between Drake, Nicki, and Wayne.
Hundreds of millions.
Whoa. Run that back for me.
Dollars between Drake, Nicki.
Hold on. No. Run that back.
Talking M's when we say 30, 40, 50 million.
Hey man, honestly, Gladys, I done $2 billion between Drake, Nicki, and fucking Wayne. Solid.
$2 billion.
$2+ billion.
And you know most of that came from Drake. And Drake is not even considered a billionaire. Not even close. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's the evil 66, and you know it. Facts. $2 billion between Drake, Nicki, and Wayne. At this point, Birdman he could be close to a billionaire. But they wouldn't know about these numbers. Oh my God. One more.
Honestly, I'm glad it's. I done $2 billion between Drake, Nicki, and fucking Wayne. Solid.
$2 billion.
$2+ billion.
$2+ billion
These
between
people
Drake,
that
Nicki,
made
and Wayne.
hundreds of millions of dollars with me.
Wow.
Guaranteed.
And yet all three. Oh my God. Remember what I asked? Remember what I asked about Wayne? And why he's trying to bring in a new generation of young money artists? Because he's trying to use them as his cash cow. You see why there's just more to it than just being broke? It's more to it than just being broke. He might be broke, yes. But he's also trying to line his pockets. But with Lil Wayne, can he really produce these different individuals to be top tier rap artists in today's game? To be the new Cash Money? Is Wayne capable of doing that? Is Wayne capable of putting a team together to make sure that we market these individuals into being S tier artists? Are they capable of doing that? I highly doubt it. So he's taking a risk with what he's doing. Rebecca, that just goes to show you what kind of percentages and what kind of splits are going on behind the scenes and how much Birdman is getting from every single one of them artists. In other words, they're all in shit deals. Which also says Drake should never talk about Kendrick's deals. Ever. I don't even think Drake understands his own deal. Because he keeps getting his money from Birdman. He's thinking, oh, I'm getting my money from Birdman. No, nigga. You're getting Birdman's money from Birdman. So now that's what I'm saying. Drake might have debt with Birdman. So whatever money that's in escrow might all be going to Birdman. Y'all, you can't make this up, bro. Y'all, you can't make this up. This is what we are. I hope these artists are out here listening, learning, and educating themselves what's going on in the music industry, bro. They are literally there to take your money. Don't let that upfront fool you. Don't let that advance fool you. Don't let none of that fool you. They literally want to sign you to take your damn money from you before you even get the damn money. Drake doesn't understand his own raps. No way he knows what the deals are. The fact that Jay-Z and Swiss Beats helped Wayne with his taxes and the Birdman sitting on his bread shows what type of person he is. Facts. This man got a saving grace with Jay-Z and Swiss Beats lining his pockets, and it wasn't enough. Drake don't read, period.
So that's Birdman doing a professional interview, not speaking nowhere near into the goddamn mic with Nick Cannon, talking about the financials of Drake's career and how he ran up the bag, even despite Wayne being in distress.
Rebecca, my brain already gone. Let's keep it a stack.
Wayne not getting his just due. Wayne, eventually coming to sue him. That's what even sparked that direction of the conversation, was for him to talk about Nick Cannon had asked him, like, how was it going through that situation where you and Wayne fall out? Then years later, y'all come back together, that whole financial situation, people in the industry looking at y'all funny, blah, blah, blah. That's what actually led them in that direction, for him to talk about the whole Young Money thing, because he basically was saying, even with us going through that BS and Wayne was suing me for X amount of dollars that he was owed, which Birdman has come out and apologized about since. Not sure.
The apology don't mean nothing because they're still going to take the money from him.
Sure why you would apologize for holding on to people's money instead of paying them. You could have did that.
Say it again.
Not sure why you would apologize for holding on to people's money instead of paying them. You could have did that the first time, but whatever. But he basically was saying how Nicki and Drake were running the mantle for Young Money, Cash Money for many years, and with them blowing up and having the industry in a stronghold and having all of these radio hits and all of that type of stuff, they kept the cash registers ringing. Even though Wayne was unhappy and disgruntled, it was also producing money that would also impact Wayne's pockets, right? But unfortunately, as it pertains to Drake, being that he had signed that early deal with Aspire, and Birdman wasn't cashing any checks over to Aspire, even though they had agreed to split the money 3 ways or something like that. So Drake is putting out all these albums, breaking all these records, going on these feature runs, linking up with all these different artists from all over the world, trying out different sounds. You got motherfucking, you got Toronto Drake, you got Joe Budden Drake, you got Migo Drake, 2 Chainz Drake, you know what I'm saying? You got Middle Eastern Drake, you got Jamaican Drake, Barbados Drake, all of these different iterations that he's, morphed into during the tenure of his career. And for 10 years, the money is sitting in escrow because...
But you didn't see what we saw, brother. The same way how Drake was borrowing money from Birdman. Birdman is just going to look at that escrow like, that's mine right there. Nah, nigga. You've had enough of my money. I want it back now. That's what I'm saying. This nigga got debt with Birdman. He not seeing that money, period. Oh, my God. Yo, you cannot make this shit up. You cannot make this nigga.
Jazz Prince Jr. said, hey, y'all motherfuckers is eating over there, but y'all trying to cut me out the deal and y'all ain't been giving me what's contractually owed to me. Therefore, till y'all make me whole, till you do right by me, everything around you motherfuckers gonna crumble. Right? And it didn't get settled until like 2019 out of court for an undisclosed amount of money that he was given until they could actually sever ties contractually. Now, Drake is still working. I won't even say working, but Drake is still associated with Jazz Prince, J Prince, Mob Ties, all that. I don't know what their situation is today, but once again, I'm going to pull up my previous video breaking that down so you kind of understand the specifics of how shit got fucked up, because again, this show is called Inside the Industry. It's not just about talking about it, but actually producing the actual real life shit. So I'm gonna check out and let Ghost of J Nolan Past come break this shit down through the paperwork. And maybe this was Paperwork Poppy's first experience in the game, and now he's suing UMG.
Paperwork Poppy is crazy.
After losing a massive rap battle. Ain't that crazy? I've actually got access to the lawsuit, which was filed back in, well, the lawsuit was originally filed in 2012, the first lawsuit. But I have the version of the lawsuit which was filed in 2017 between Aspire Music Group and Cash Money Records. Aspire Music Group is the first deal that Drake had. This is when he first signed with Jazz Prince, aka J Prince Jr., and they had some sort of arrangement with Cash Money where they were supposed to do a profit sharing type of deal with Drake where they would partner together. So he came in under false pretenses of things, and money wasn't being paid to him nor to his group, to his smaller label. So when you come out here and try to accuse people of doing splits that they pants might rip, your shit was already distressed for a while. You know what I'm saying? Niggas had already threw your shit in bleach. Niggas had already cut the holes out the motherfucking kneecaps. And to some, they might, once we get through this, niggas might say they cut the ass out on your shit like Prince. But
nah, they cut the ass out the pants looking like Lizzo.
I don't want to go that far. Plaintiff, Aspire Music Group LLC, buying through its undersigned counsel, as and for its complaint against defendant Cash Money Records Incorporated hereby alleges the following upon information and belief. Okay? Introduction. This is an action for breach of contract, accounting, unjust enrichment trust, conversion, and constructive. Statement of facts. Aubrey Graham, professionally known as Drake, is a popular hip-hop rap recording artist in North America. On or about December 10th, 2008, Drake signed an exclusive recording artist agreement with Plaintiff Aspire. Said agreement provided Plaintiff Aspire the ability to negotiate with third parties to furnish Drake's services to others for the purpose of creating musical recordings. On or about June 26, 2009, Aspire entered into a memorandum of agreement with defendant Cash Money Records Incorporated / Young Money Entertainment, pursuant to which Aspire furnished the exclusive recording services of Drake to Cash Money. Pursuant to this agreement, Drake's gross compensation will be paid to Cash Money, that would in turn be responsible for payments to Aspire and to the artist. So let's just break this down in simple terms, right? Drake first signed with Aspire, then somewhere in 2009, Aspire did a deal with Cash Money in which Cash Money was to receive his monies, his earnings, and Cash Money was then supposed to pay Aspire a portion of that money. And then from there, a portion of the money would go to Drake personally, right? So that's...
Run that by me one more time.
Aspire did a deal with Cash Money in which Cash Money was to receive his monies, his earnings. And Cash Money was then supposed to pay Aspire a portion of that money.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo, there is no way. He really is paper. Yo, this split is hilarious.
And then from there, a portion of the money would go to Drake personally, right? So that's a three-way split already. Now, pursuant to the agreement...
That's what I'm saying, Tiny.
We talked about that, all right. Pursuant to the agreement, Drake's gross compensation would be paid to Cash Money, that would in turn be responsible for payments to Aspire and to the artist. On or about August 12, 2009 and August 13, 2009, defendant Cash Money filed 4 trademark applications seeking registered trademarks from the United States Patent and Trademark Office for marks affiliated with Drake, including the words Drake and Drizzy Drake. So at that time, Cash Money filed trademarks owning Drake's name and...
What? What?
Marks affiliated with Drake, including the words Drake and Drizzy Drake. So at that time, Cash Money filed trademarks owning Drake's name and alias Drizzy Drake, which today...
So wait, hold on. Is that why he calls himself the boy? Certified lover boy? What's good, Vina? How you doing? Welcome back. Good seeing you again. Oh my God. I am just wowed. I am amazed. The bar ages very well. Don't tell no lie about me. I won't tell the truth. Oh my, even his own. Oh my God. The album makes so much sense. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo, hey. I guess we really got to call him the boy now.
I wonder who owns BBL Drizzy.
Oh,
Just being
shit.
funny. I'm playing. Pursuant to the agreement, defendant has had a continuing obligation to make payments to plaintiff Aspire and provide accountings related to the same Aspire agreement up until the present. Plaintiff now seeks a full accounting, including any and all books and records regarding Drake's full sales history, cumulative mechanical royalties, marketing costs, and producer royalties, recording costs, and accompanying statements, and any and all of the relevant financial information regarding any revenue and or profits associated with Drake's music. So at this point, they want all records associated with Drake's name and music to see how much money he had actually generated so that they can calculate how much they're actually owed. Plaintiff hereby demands that...
Yo, that just goes to show you Drake really is a bird-ass nigga. He a bird-ass nigga, bruh. He's literally a bird. He's owned by Birdman. Oh, God, so many bad jokes that they... Oh, my God. He's just a bird-ass nigga.
Defendant cash money, account, and pay to plaintiff its share of revenue from Drake's recording sales. To date, there have been no documents produced that can confirm whether...
What's extra fun is how owls are traditionally a symbol of intellectual knowledge, but they're actually not all that smart. Don't tell... Oh, my God. Owls are how you say that? Hermaphrodites? Oh, my God. And all the chirping he does makes sense now too. Listen, we done listen, chat. Everybody here in the chat with me. We done figured this nigga out. We done fully figured him out. Oh my God, bro. Does that explain his zestiness? Don't kill me.
Plaintiff's proper share of revenue from Drake's recording sales have ever been provided by defendant. Now keep in mind, this is 2017. They're saying they have no records of what they were supposed to be paid. So at this point, there had already been, 5 or 6 Drake albums released, and they had no records of what
this reaction alone
he had earned.
I'm going to make so many shorts from this.
What the is going on?
Let me run that back, brother.
Of what they were supposed to be paid. So at this point, there had already been, 5 or 6 Drake albums released, and they had no records of what he had earned.
No. Run that back for me one more time. Need to go back a little bit.
It demands that defendant cash money, account, and pay to plaintiff its share of revenue from Drake's recording sales. To date, there have been no documents produced that can confirm whether plaintiff's proper share of revenue from Drake's recording sales have ever been provided by defendant. Now, keep in mind, this is 2017. They're saying they have no...
2017 is Scorpion, no? 2017 is Scorpion, right?
Whether plaintiff's proper share of revenue from Drake's recording sales have ever been provided by defendant. Now, keep in mind, this is 2017. They're saying they have no records of what they were supposed to be paid. So at this point, there had already been, 5 or 6 Drake albums released, and they had no records of what he had earned. What the is going on? But I'm just giving y'all context as to how this...
Oh, and does that explain why he's so in love with himself? Owls are so weird, both in nature and music, while they have no actual accounting of Drake's financials. Yo! I hope... No. I hope y'all understand what they're doing. They shaking this nigga down for money. They shaking him down. I think Scorpion was 2018. What's good, brother? What's good? Thank you for stopping by, my guy. Oh, my God. My brain right now, bruh. Jesus.
played out. Defendant continued to employ stall tactics and repeatedly refused to provide the aforesaid documents necessary for plaintiff to determine how much money it is owed from the sale of Drake's recordings through and including the present. Defendant has a continuing obligation to pay plaintiff related to profit advances, net profits, and other advances due to Drake. As a direct...
Wait, what came first, Scorpion or More Life? Then there was the Bird getting his money. It couldn't have gotten it all from Birdman. What's happening, bro? Yes, sir, bro. I hope you good, bro. Hey, man, I hope you doing all right. I hope you working on your craft. How them turntables, bro? How's that DJing lifestyle, bro? Let me know. Drake isn't doing too well. Scorpion. Oh, my God, bro. So that means... Nah, Scorpion should have been around maybe 2017, 2018. More Life would have been 2019, if I'm correct. More Life was 2017. Oh, okay. Okay, now we're speaking. So from the More Life record, they didn't know how much money. Yo, what is going on in this dude's camp? Hold on.
It's necessary for plaintiff to determine how much money it is owed from the sale of Drake's recordings through and including the present. Defendant has a continuing obligation to pay plaintiff related to profit advances, net profits, and other advances due to Drake. As a direct and proximate result of defendant's actions and or inactions complained of herein, plaintiff has suffered irreparable harm and damage and has been forced to retain the undersigned counsel and agreed to pay it as a reasonable fee for its services. All prerequisites to filing suit have been satisfied, have occurred, or have been waived. They say and for a first cause of action, breach of contract. The plaintiff repeats, reiterates, and re-alleges each and every allegation contained in paragraphs 1 through 17. On or about June 26, 2009, the parties entered into the agreement, right? Pursuant to the agreement, plaintiff was to receive 1/3 ownership in the matters. So Aspire was supposed to have 1/3 ownership over Drake.
What? Hey, bro, that's what's up, my guy. And love hearing it. Keep working on that craft, bro. I wish I can do it, man. I really wish I had the funds to make that happen, bro. I would love to DJ. I ain't gonna lie to you. I have some people around me that are more than willing to educate me, but I just don't have the time to just make it out. I wish I had the equipment so I can teach myself, but I don't know. Bro. Hey, Rebecca, listen. Shit. Hey, bro, yo, that shit is expensive, bro. What? Getting the whole setup is so expensive. I can't, bro. I can't. Oh my God. Damn, Drake was broke this whole time. That's why he's suing UMG. Oh my God. So UMG owns all his Cash Money albums and singles. Oh my God. And the 2 or 3 albums he recently released. 3 or 10 What's good, Anthony, bro? You finally here, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God. And this nigga trying to speak big. Bro, how you a war general but your ass broke, you bitch ass nigga? Fuck is we talking about? You lying ass motherfucker? What is we on right now? Yo, you cannot make this up. Give you a migraine. Yeah, bro. One way or another. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yo, what the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god. Yo, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but I cannot help but laugh. I can't even help but laugh. And it's not even out of like, I'm just blatantly trying to disrespect dude, but it's more about like, look what you said over all this time. Look at all the lies that you've been saying throughout this whole time. And then look at you right here. Bro, you don't even own your own fucking name. Bro, your name is not yours. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo, what the Nah, I gotta walk. I gotta walk. I gotta get up. I gotta get up and stretch my legs, bro. I gotta get up and stretch my legs, bro. Cause this nigga don't even own his own name. This dude don't even own his own name. Oh my God. His name is not even his. Jesus Christ. Man, why didn't you just sit down and shut up? Oh my God. That is so crazy. I'm gonna keep it a full stack with y'all. That is so crazy. That is so crazy. Oh my God. Nah. No way. Yo. Nah. Listen, did y'all not hear? Did y'all not hear what I heard? Hold on. Did y'all not hear what I heard, bro? Cause what the fuck? No. Cause I don't think y'all heard what I heard, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God. You cannot make this up. Yo. What the fuck? What? Oh my God. Yo, this man's whole life is his whole life is a lie. His whole life is a lie. This man's been living in the ghost of Christmas past. Jesus. Oh my God. Oh my God. I know. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Pursuant to the agreement, paragraph 7, Aspire shall be entitled to 33.3% of net profits derived from the commercial exploitation of Drake's recording.
But yo, don't y'all realize? Oh my. By Birdman owning a name, Drizzy Drake, and then Aspire to owning 1/3 or owning what Drake's name, the actual name Drake. I'm not even shocked. I'm just so like, I'm so amazed. That's a good point, Sharon, bro. Yo, for real, Anthony, bro. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if they took BBL Drizzy. All that money he made, he should have been out of his own. Yo, he's done. He's done. Bro, I'm just looking like, yo, there's still like 16 minutes of this. What more is there?
Now, I would love to know.
Instead, he's selling perfume.
Was Drake included in that 33%? Because, of course, you can have 33% for Aspire. You can have 33% for Cash Money. But who was the 33% on the other side? Was it Universal? Because then that would be 3 motherfuckers getting paid before him. And I'm quite sure that's what it was. Facts, Anthony. But let's continue. Plaintiff has complied with all conditions precedent and all its obligations.
Oh my God. That's the thing, though. A typical music industry thing is that, let's say I advance you $400. That means I'm expecting to make at least $4,000 off of you. And they paid him $400 million. Oh my God. His full makeup line didn't even launch yet. This dude's downfall will be studied for generations. Preach.
Obligations pursuant in the agreement or they have been waived. As a result of the actions and or inactions defendant Cash Money, plaintiff has been damaged in an amount to be determined at trial. Plaintiff has retained the services of the undersigned counsel to represent it in this matter and has agreed to pay all costs and reasonable attorney's fees. No part of said sum has been paid despite due demand. Wherefore, plaintiff requests that this honorable court award judgment based on the damages proven at trial, interest costs, attorney fees, and whatever this court otherwise deems just and proper. For second cause of action, they reiterate all of the same. Let's go to 28. Pursuant to the agreement and based on defendant's acceptance to be obligated to account and to make payments to plaintiff based on profit advances, net profits, and other advances in connection with Drake, a fiduciary relationship.
Hey, you do what you gotta do, Anthony. Yes, Rebecca. So Birdman didn't pay Wayne, Tyga, Drake, Pharrell, Clips, Chucky, Jay. Oh my God, Jay Sean. I haven't heard Jay Sean in such a long time, bro. Lil Twist, Chanel West Coast, and Nicki. Damn.
Has been created and does exist between plaintiff and defendant. The sum of money due to plaintiff from defendant includes but is not limited to profit advances, net profits, and other advances derived from Drake's recording agreement and calculated consistent with the terms therein.
For real, for all the dogs.
Okay? They say the sum of money due continues to accumulate and grow daily. Without a proper accounting, it is impossible for plaintiff to ascertain the true amount in which it is due. Plaintiff currently has no access whatsoever to any accounting documents representing funds obtained by or payments made by defendant as a result of profit advances, etc. So they keep, the legal jargon, they keep repeating themselves. They say since the books and records are solely and exclusively within defendant's control, they can't get access to it. Hence, plaintiff has no means by which to determine the true amounts owed and that defendant has improperly withheld from disbursement to plaintiff. Plaintiff is entitled to appropriate relief in the form of an accounting and...
Wait, more good facts. Good too, bro. I feel bad for every single one of them, bro. I feel so bad. Why do you think Drake never really talked about his deal besides the $400 million? If he was a boss, he would speak about ownership. Brother, he's being owned. TW, he's being owned. He can't listen. He can't speak about ownership when literally everybody owns him except himself. Imagine not owning yourself. Think about that for a second. He could never speak about ownership because he doesn't even own himself. That's a good point, but that whole new lineup, that's gonna be on that's gonna be under Wayne, so that's Wayne trying to get some money.
Inspection of all relevant books. So at this point, they want to do.
Yeah, but yo, here, okay. Who was here on Saturday when my friend was on the Discord? I just need to see who was here when my friend was here on Saturday on the Discord. I need to see who was here so I can help explain it better for everyone here. Because that's the same individual that's all over Toronto. So if you were here on Saturday at the end of the 24-hour stream, one of my friends joined the Discord, and y'all heard him. I know Tiff was there. I know Rebecca was there. I know Tiny was there. I know Slay was there. Anyway, but no, like, that's the same individual that's all over Toronto. It's not one or two or a couple groups. It's damn near half the city thinks like this. So when I say there's some idiots out here, Exhibit A was literally on Saturday. My point is that when it comes to the 400 mil and Drake like, oh, I got a $400 million deal. Everyone looked at that as the biggest win in his life, not realizing, first of all, he's barely going to get some of that. Second, he's in a 360 deal. And third, y'all don't even know what goes on behind the scenes. But because they like big numbers, these niggas are like crows. These are some crow-ass niggas. They either like shiny shit or big-ass numbers. When they hear the big-ass number, they think that's a victory. They think, oh, that's the win. That's the win the city needed, even though the city's not even going to get any of that money. Yo, don't even get me started on half this city of Toronto, bro. Don't even get me started on half this city, cause I will speak. I promise you that. Jesus, man. I'm telling you. There you go, but here's the problem, Tiff. Nobody understands it. They just see the 400M and think, oh, that's amazing. He's close to being a billionaire. But his net worth is 250 mil. So when you see that, 2 plus 2 is 4. So if the math is not adding up for you, why don't you even take the time to do the research? That's literally the same thing. The same thing I told my friend on Saturday. Yo, take the time and do your research. The problem is they don't want to do their research. They just want to hear good news without understanding what the good news actually is. Welcome to Toronto. Or they're gonna do their research by just Google searching everything and thinking your answer is right there on Google. My answer is here on YouTube, going to the sources. Who was it, Tiff? Was it Tiff that told me to check out Jay Nolan? Shout out, Tiff. Yeah, I said. Don't kill me, not a crow. Yep, I said it. You still up there, that's close enough. Oh my God. I like having critical thinking skills. Facts. That's something we lack. Yo, I'm telling y'all, this is literally Toronto. This is like literally how these individuals think. They lack critical thinking skills. They just lack everything. They literally just lack everything, bruh. It doesn't even take a trained mind to literally assess the situation, using your own critical thinking skills, and then coming to your own conclusion, which just so happens to match up with everybody else's conclusion. Like, it doesn't take rocket science to figure out who won the rap beef. It doesn't. These niggas, okay, imagine this. Let's make it simple. Imagine we have a bunch of people out there on the internet like Maul or anybody in Toronto, and they're all saying Drake out-rapped Kendrick. All these people are saying Drake out-rapped Kendrick. Drake out-rapped Kendrick. Drake out-rapped Kendrick. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. All over the place, all over the city. But these niggas can't even read metaphors. Welcome to Toronto. That goes back to the... Hey, Sharon, welcome to Toronto, bro. When you come here to Toronto, it's completely different. It's completely different. It's like you're on... literally, Toronto is like Mars. Toronto is like Mars. Literally. All them extraterrestrials all over Mars. Toronto. Straight. They can't read. It explains a lot. Damn right, Rebecca.
Audits on the accounting. Okay. We're gonna skip some of this because again, it's got a lot of repetitive nature to it. In this third course of action here,
out of here.
They're continuing to say that they haven't received any of their 1/3 profits, right?
Bro, just imagine you have all these individuals that have no idea about battle rap, but because they all come from like a crash out generation, or they just like violence and negativity, they're just gonna assume, oh, cool, yeah, Drake out rap Kendrick, and then completely ignore Meet the Grams. Because Meet the Grams is literally giving that generation, that crash out generation, the kind of negativity and kind of just blatant disrespect that people like to hear. That's what Meet the Grams is. That's what those psychology courses were for. To tap into the mind of the individuals of today. That's what those psychology courses were for. This nigga went to school to literally write the most immaculate diss track ever known to man. This nigga had to educate himself in college to write Meet the Grams. You know what that college course was for. Think about it. The setup with 616 in LA saying, oh, don't you think OVO's working for me? Cool. Now let's run with it. Bet. Song's done. Oh, you want to drop Family Matters? 15 minutes later, Meet the Grams. So what's up then? What's up? What we doing? They're pretty smart on Mars. It's hilarious, bro. Yeah, because, yo, if he ever talked about Meet the Grams, the first thing we're going to ask is, yo, so what's going on with that daughter? What's going on with that daughter? Because we all got the same internet. Shout out Curtis King, but we all got the same internet. We saw the same pictures. What's going on with them daughters and them kids? Can you speak more to that for me, please? Oh, I ain't got no daughter or kids. So who's Eternity? Shit, there's some little girl I know. So so now you're talking to little girls. Is that what we doing now? Nah, that's not what I'm saying. So who's Eternity? There's some little girl I know, bro. Okay. Okay, so we're associating ourselves with minors now. Yo, bro, she's not a minor. What do you mean she's not a minor? The girl's like 11 years old. Yo, Kendrick, hold on. What was that thing you said about eternity? Talking about love is eternity? Ain't that his kid? Yeah, that's what I thought, you bitch ass nigga.
Fourth cause of action here. The defendant has intentionally misappropriated.
The video essay I mentioned for you would actually fit well here. because of the angle about this nigga. Because of the angle about working hard, etc. Drake doesn't have the faintest idea what he's doing, while Kendrick is in full control. He needed that money for that hush money for the baby mamas. Ooh, she 12. Ooh, that's another good point. You got to keep them girls hushed up. And who knows how many of them are out there. But he got to make sure that they get their payment so they can shut the fuck up.
Funds belonging to plaintiff derived directly from the profit advances, net profits, and other advances under Drake's recording agreement for Cash Money's own use. Said funds are readily identifiable. However, plaintiff has not been provided any accountings or books and or records to allow plaintiff the opportunity to determine the amount of money that has been unjustly converted by defendant Cash Money. So at this point, they're saying that there's a misappropriation of funds and somebody's being paid, but not them. Okay. I'm gonna try to speed this up a little bit without missing too many details. This is the fifth cause of action here. They say this is account for tortious interference against Cash Money with the contractual advantages business agreements between Aspire and Drake. So tortious interference, that's like somebody trying to like interfere on the money. You know what I mean? Like another party comes in and is trying to like get into the head of somebody or
hey, you might be onto something, Tiff.
We'll read through this. You know what I mean? And I remember this because Dame Dash was accusing Def Jam of running tortious interference with Jay-Z when they were trying to recruit him to leave Rockefeller. So that's where I became familiar with this terminology.
I think I know how you'd feel about well, what if your daughter was a Drake baby mama? Better or what if your daughter was a Drake baby mama? What if your daughter was Drake's baby mama? Nah, bro, that's worse. Nah, dude, that's worse. Yeah. Hey, he has to sue under the name Aubrey. He has to use his real name. But nah, I'm not trying to be an Eskimo nigga with damn Drake. You crazy? Oh, I feel disgusted if that was the case.
They say at all times relevant plaintiff established contractual and advantages business relationships with Drake, which inter alia entitled plaintiff to be paid a sum equal to 1/3 of Drake's earnings from profit advances, that which we already talked about. Cash Money intentionally and unjustifiably interfered with the contractual and advantages business relationships between plaintiff and Drake, of which plaintiff is intended beneficiary. Plaintiff has been severely damaged and irreparably harmed. All right.
Well, that's the end of that.
So this was enacted and dated with a demand for a jury trial as of
8 years ago. 8 years ago is crazy.
January 9th, 2017. This thing continued for an additional 2 years, by the way, to where they finally settled out of court for an undisclosed number. But Jazz Prince, Jay Prince's son, on the heels of this being out there, he had filed a $11 million lawsuit saying that he was entitled to $11 million.
Yo, they just want to keep taking money from this nigga. They just want to keep taking money from this nigga. You can't make this up.
On the heels of this being out there, he had filed a $11 million lawsuit saying that he was entitled to $11 million. If y'all want to understand why Drake is still so closely associated with Jazz Prince, is because he had to make this nigga whole. He had gone through his whole entire career, 10 years. He signed Drake in 2007 on a whim and a prayer saying, I believe in you. And I'm gonna get you to Wayne. I got the connections to get you to Wayne. I can make this happen, right? He makes good on his promise. He gets him signed to Cash Money. But then he went 10 years associated with him where he wasn't being paid his just due from the contractual obligation. They had been effectively fucked for a decade. That he believed that Cash Money started going around him, right? And started giving Drake his own advances, giving him his own agreements and stuff like that to keep him happy, to appease him. But yet, Jazz, the one who discovered him, was still not getting anything from it. And with all that speculation that happened back at that time, remember, this is the ghost of Jay Nolan passed a year ago talking about that. We get this new video from Birdman, and he literally confirmed it all. He said the money was sitting in escrow for 10 years. Nobody was getting paid off of Drake. None of his business partners was getting shit. But we still made sure that Drake got whatever he wanted, whether it was 30 M's, 40 M's, 10 M's here or there. Basically re-upping his deal, re-upping, giving him more advances to keep him happy, keep him comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Literally, all I'm hearing is debt, 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 debt. Oh, you gave Vibes Cartel an OVO chain? Debt, 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 debt. Shut up, bro.
Saying to where he could still enjoy the fruits of his rapper life while his actual earnings were being withheld. All of which Jay Prince Jr. was suing them for. Now we get this video of Birdman and Nick Cannon in 2025 literally stating exactly that, right? He didn't go through the paperwork. He didn't go through, naming who those business partners were, but he referred to all of them in one fell swoop and said, hey, niggas open up paperwork on us. The money had to sit there for 10 years. And while...
Yo, Anthony, I'm going to need you to go for a walk, bro. I'm going to need you to go for... First of all, he can't sing. Because the bird knew when that money gets freed up, it was going to be... That's what I'm saying. He's literally waiting on that money in escrow. All that money sitting in escrow. Look, yo, Birdman just sitting there waiting like, yo, I'm about to get me some bread. I'm about to get me some bread for it. Like, bro.
While it was going down, we had to keep Drake happy. You know what I'm saying? And in the interim, Wayne, Drake, and Nicki, they made Cash Money over $2 billion. Crazy shit. But then when you hear Drake getting these 400 M's from Universal and shit like that, it really makes sense because he had gone through most of his career getting less than what he was actually owed, just getting little, incremental pieces, and it was substantial, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't really his bread. Of course, he did endorsement deals and, did excellent for himself outside of music. But a lot of people say, Drake makes his money off music. Drake makes all his money off music. This, that, and the third. He doesn't do what a lot of the other artists do. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? The first year that nigga was even in the game.
Hey, he really was chirping all over the place now.
He had...
Not like this she liked him before. It was prevention that worked like intended to kill.
A Sprite deal with his motherfucking head mechanically coming apart. Like, man, we was really out here. We seen this shit happen in real life. This nigga got partnerships with all. Didn't he during the pandemic do a partnership with like fucking Beyond Burgers or some shit? It wasn't Beyond Burgers. It was a company like it though. Some plant-based burgers and some shit. Like, he has a lot, or at least had a lot of endorsements and shit behind the scenes that wasn't being like super broadcast. And I got...
Yo, these owls getting flipped like pigeons in the hood is crazy.
I gotta say, it's really been in the last like couple years that hip hop has like been broadcast about artists, financial gain, and all of that shit. Like, this is relatively new. Like, the news cycle has been there. Certain stuff has been talked about, but now it's like prime time visuals. Like, we really be tuned into this shit, right? But we'll keep it going. In addition to that Birdman interview coming out, we also have Jim Jones, who's come out. And remember, Jim Jones came out before and said that Drake is the GOAT. He co-signed Drake in his lawsuit, which is crazy to me. You got he claims to be motherfucking triple OG, gangster, this, that, and the third. I'm sure if he was ever the recipient of a lawsuit, he would be going crazy. But he co-signs the Drake lawsuit so that he can go against UMG and Kendrick. And, you know, although Kendrick is not a defendant in that case, it's absolutely against Kendrick, right? But now he's got a new interview with Angela Yee and Mano where he doubles down on Drake being the GOAT. And yeah, I mean, although we probably won't see him and Drake together anytime soon, he's staying very.
Oh, Tiny got a little mommy daughter day with her kids. I like it. Take care, Tiny. Sleep well. I hope you have a great day tomorrow. Get some rest. Hope you wake up with some positivity in your heart and a nice, great, big sunshine on your face. Appreciate you for stopping by, no doubt. Take care, Tiny. Have a great night.
Much loyal, you know, off of being on stage with him a couple years ago when Dipset was still trying to do their thing. Dipset has since been completely ripped apart. But Jimmy is still holding on.
A couple of years ago, you said Drake is the greatest of all time.
Fire.
Okay, so that still stands.
Oh, yeah. Baby girl.
Song of the summer.
Came back smashing, girl. Baby girl. Shit, what you gonna say to Drake? What you really gonna do with him, man? He's changed the way that we listen to.
These individuals. Let me say this first. Jim Jones, Mano, Joe Budden, Ish, Ice, and any of the older generational, like old heads, basically. Just any of the old heads, if you want to keep it simple. The only reason, and I want y'all to really understand this, because when you watch the Joe Budden podcast, it will be clear as day. It will be clear as day. Here's an example. He says Nokia. He says the baby girl part, right? Here's an example from the Joe Budden podcast. When Joe Budden was, he wanted to review the Young Thug track that he had with Future. And the driving around in that car. He went and reviewed that track. Joe said, yo, that track with Future and Young Thug, he's like, it did something. Immediately, Ice, that's on the Joe Budden podcast, he said, oh, we know what it did. He went to the spot. Meaning, the song worked in the strip club. The only reason why these dudes are backing this kind, the only reason why these dudes are literally backing up this kind of bullshit is because they frequent strip clubs and they know what the music does to the girls. And they just go to the strip clubs and just throw their money away. They fan it, they throw it up, they however they want to, you know what I'm saying? However they want to throw their money out. But the only reason why they like these songs is for the women to shake some ass. So the next time you see any individual like Jim Jones, Joe Budden, any of them, the only reason why they like that shit is because they know what the music does to the women, regardless if they have alcohol or not. But the whole purpose is to get the women to shake some ass. That's literally it. And that just goes to show you how weak their mind is. Because they know who won the beef. But what they care about is the physical. They don't really care about the mental, which is cool. That's the lifestyle they want to live. But don't sit there on your high pedestal saying this is nice, this is cool, this is better. Because realistically, the influence that y'all think y'all have, it just sounds more like simp behavior. Just because y'all have money and y'all get to spend that money however you want, doesn't mean y'all know Wagwan for real. Bro, y'all out here moving like simps. And I've been holding on to that, waiting for this moment. The only reason why they like these songs because they just know. They just want to be simps. They want to do whatever they can to get the girls' attention. So they're going to throw money in their face. They're going to buy them food. They're going to buy them drinks. They're going to go to the spot and get shit cracking. They're going to have the parties and get shit popping. They're going to make sure they get the B&B with the pool at the side. All what they doing is just for the attention of the hoes, bro. Because they're only chasing hoes. That's it. That's another good point too, Tiff. They're all from New York. But in New York, they just love that whole behavior. Not saying that's the only area, but that's just an example of a prominent area where they just be following the hoes, bro. They want, yeah, they literally want. That's crazy. Nah, for real, they brain dead, no cap. There you go, Jules. I make music to electrify him. You make music to pacify him. That's why none of them are married. Don't kill me, but there you go. That's another good point. Something as silly as that, saying, "Oh, that's why none of them married." But look at their actions, bruh. Look what they chase. Look what they keep around them. And these are the people that we're supposed to be listening to all the time for music and like commentary and everything. Don't get it twisted. I'm still gonna go to Joe Budden. Joe Budden I've learned a lot from his podcast, but I can't agree with some of his takes. But at the same time, he be flip-flocking takes back and forth all the time. I'm just there to learn the mechanics about the music industry. That's the reason why I tune in. And I've learned a lot from every show he's been on. So regardless of how he speaks, I respect it and I just keep it pushing. I still have the right to disagree, though. I can at least have that right to disagree with that point. Because no, you're at your old age and you just want to enjoy being around hoes. That's it. That's literally all it is. That's it. That's literally all it is, bruh. And it's the same thing for anybody else that's of that age. And you just got to look at how they move in their actions, bruh. And who they keep around them. That's it. It's simp behavior, bruh. They're literally running around like simps. That's it. They're dirty old, true. There's two types of men I don't trust on sight. A man who's 20 and married, and a man who's 50 and not married. Amen. Man, that's all it is, Flex. I mean, if we're gonna have that conversation, we gotta be careful. You know what I'm saying? They drink Kool-Aid too is crazy. But that's literally what I wanted to say when it comes to him and what they're speaking about. Yeah, no, he came out with no care. They think he got one. No. Nokia didn't really work on all of Toronto. It still got it literally got the stupid side of Toronto. Let's keep it a stat. It literally, like, Nokia got the stupid side of Toronto. That's all it did. That's literally all it did. Let's keep it a stat, bro. People here, we're like, nah, we don't mess with that, period. We're not messing with that, no doubt. You know? That's just what it is. That's just how it is. I'm not surprised. I'm just more disappointed than anything else.
The music in the past 10 years, wholeheartedly, and everybody.
Listen to what he's speaking and then take what I just said. All the girlies are saying that Kendrick is that fine shit. That's crazy. But listen to what he's saying and then apply it to what I said.
Girl. Shit, what you gonna say to Drake? What you really gonna do with him, man? Like, he's changed the way that we listen to music in the past 10 years wholeheartedly, and everybody that's been around, he's helped change their sound also for all our favorite rap.
He literally just loves what Drake's did, like what Drake's music did to the females in the nightlife. That's all they love. The answer will always be constant. It'll always be the same. No matter what source you get it from with these dudes. They just love what Drake's music does to the women in the nightlife. That's it. And I'm not even equating it to hoes no more. Because women in the nightlife, all you gotta do is give them a couple drinks. All of a sudden, you play a couple Drake tracks, and they lose them. They literally just think, oh, I just opened up a whole can of worms, bro. The food, the drinks, the shots, the cocktails. The women's mind is just buzzing, going crazy. We all know the nightlife. We all know the nightlife. Now watch how dark it gets. Because it gets spooky real quick. That's when dudes like Jim come in. Because they have all the alcohol, they have all the food in their system, and you're playing the right Drake song, all of a sudden, dudes like Jim Jones and Joe Budden, they can swoop in easy and just say, don't I know you from somewhere? And the girl is lit. The girl is lit, but as long as you have them chains on, you got that drip on, you got that shit on, and you looking right and you smelling right, boom. Just like that. Sorry. I worked security in the nightlife. I witnessed this shit, bro. I swear to God, I witnessed this shit on a daily. I will stand there and I'm literally like, yo, hold on. Do you not have some self-respect for yourself? You literally just met dude. Dude came out the bathroom, didn't even wash his hands. I've seen it. And now all of a sudden you holding hands with a nigga that don't even know how to wash his own hands. But because his chains are big enough, because his shirt look good enough, because the cologne he's wearing smells good enough, you gonna say, let's go. I'm not making it up. I've seen this shit. I'm sorry, Rebecca. I've seen this shit. I've literally witnessed this shit happen in front of my face. And the dude looks at me with the head nod or the wink. I'm like, yo, what part of the game is this? I'm sorry. I'm literally speaking to what I've seen.
Rappers, you name the top rapper right now. Has helped.
I said it was gonna get dark.
Them tremendously out in their career by just jumping.
Why do you think they're all getting in the booth? Why do you think they're all getting the bottles? Why do you think they all getting the big platter of food? Because they're trying to get people's attention. They know girls in the nightlife come in there looking to see who they can catch a lick off of. The dude is just there to match them, but also get something in return. Exactly, Tiff. Exactly. And then they blame it on like whatever like hormones, horniness, or whatever, they menstruate, whatever. I don't even know. Whatever they blame it on, they gonna blame it on that, and they're not gonna blame it on their own self-respect and the lack of it. It just is what it is. And Rebecca, it's the same thing in Guelph. The same thing I seen in the attic. The same thing I seen in Royal Electric, downtown Guelph. I've seen the same things. I'm really not surprised. It's almost like it's expected.
Record or putting them on a tour. You know what I mean? Like he's done more for our culture than most of these people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like if you think about it.
Okay, no, I'm just asking.
He's done more for the culture than most of these people. Are you gonna put yourself in the most of these people category? And what you're referring to is not the culture. Because a lot of people are confusing the nightlife with culture. The nightlife is not culture. I'm sorry. I would never put the nightlife in with culture. catching an STD in the bathroom is crazy work. I've seen girls catch worse in the bathrooms, bro. And the place I worked at, oh my God. The place I worked at had 2 private bathrooms. 2 private bathrooms. One upstairs, one downstairs. And if you're the right person, if you know the, oh, sorry, if, no, not if you're the right person. If you're the owner or work for the owner in terms of a manager, or you know the right person, you can get that access right there in that bathroom over there. And I can't stop you. If the owner says so, go ahead. Welcome to the nightlife. Pacified behavior is celebrated facts. Drake, not Drake. Don't kill me. Don't Drake and drink. Don't kill me. But that's what it is.
Because that was a couple of years ago you said that, and sometimes, you know, a lot has happened since then.
Yeah, I mean, shit, Michael Jordan lost games too, but shit, we still consider him to be the greatest.
That's a great point. What has Jim Jones has really done for real, bro? We Fly High was not good enough, brother. I'm sorry. Jules Santana is definitely a lazy motherfucker, regardless of how well he can rap. And they all literally relied on Cameron. Jim Jones and Jules Santana literally relied on Cameron for everything. Burnt this nigga out. Because they couldn't even keep up. At my bachelor party, me and the boys are going to the library, a park, a racetrack, and we're going home. They better not send me no club or any kind of... Don't kill me. Yo, listen. Yo, Sharon, yo, you barely hear about Mano's name, bruh. You barely hear about his name, but why is he famous? Bro, these guys are frauds, bro. But because New York is New York, that's, you know, they just taking advantage of what they have. Pussy loans is crazy. I didn't know who Jim Jones was till tonight, so clearly he hasn't done much. That is hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious, bro. But I'm not surprised. Even look at Joe Budden too. Bro, if y'all remember that podcast I watched with Joe Budden and Ray Daniels, he said it himself. Bro, the first era of Joe Budden was Pump It Up. And look what they did. They used Pump It Up as a shakedown on Joe before his career even started. Before his career even started, they took his song. Before he can even get himself off the ground with that hit. Because artists usually start with a smash hit. But they stole his smash hit before he even got popping. And they put it in a completely different movie. That's why when you watch You Got Served and Too Fast, Too Furious, Pump It Up is in both movies. Back then, that was like taboo almost. Because, like, why are you taking the hit song from here and you're putting the hit song over here, too? It's only supposed to work for one movie, but because the song was so good, boom, you could put it here and here and it was no problem. And it worked both ways. But nobody really had songs like that in movies that worked in 2 different movies. 2 completely different movies. It didn't make sense to do that, but it worked for him because they took that bitch. They took it and said, put it here and put it here. They took the song from him, bro. He didn't know how to manage himself.
That's right. You did, like, if...
Outside looking in, New York and Toronto have a lot in common. The funny thing is, New York and Toronto have so much in common. But it's kind of sad how we have so much in common at the same time. It's sad as hell. It's just that one, like, New York City is, of course, like, it's gigantic. And then Toronto is just like, Toronto's literally just like a kiwi. Toronto's like, you have New York City. New York City is the size of a watermelon. Toronto is a kiwi. Toronto is a whole kiwi. Crazy, bro.
Kobe, if LeBron don't make it past Ant and them, then
Facts,
would they be
Tip.
like LeBron is not the greatest no more? No, he's still the greatest. It don't change who we are. It's just Drake.
I'm sorry, LeBron is not the greatest, bro. He needs to retire. And I said what I said.
Shout out to Drizzy.
And despite all of the help that he's done for other artists, we still have not seen a collab between Jim Jones and himself. But, you know, I guess we'll just keep holding off on hope on that. All right? You know what's also interesting? Don't want to use this person as a resource, but remember when the DJ that Don't Spin came out and said that at a certain point Drake started collabing with artists and taking like a bunch of the publishing and shit like that off the record?
Get them niggas out the OVO sweatshop. Get every single individual out the OVO sweatshop. I've completely forgot about the OVO sweatshop. I completely forgot about the OVO sweatshop. And they're not even making him enough money for real. Doesn't Luca have back problems or something?
Cause you can't afford to pay me my feature price. Like you can't
Rebecca.
afford to pay me like $1 million to get on your song. So what you're gonna do is I'm gonna take the pub off this record. Your label's gonna get the master or whatever, whoever, but the publishing, that's all me. And then when you think about how many collabs he did at the height of his career, with his money being held up in escrow for 10 years, it makes a lot of sense as to why he was working with so many people, you know, trying to run that bag up, you know what I'm saying, off of potential pub or feature price, all of that different type of shit. Even Wayne, when you take it deeper, because this isn't about, you know, being anti-Drake, it's just how the business panned out, right? If Wayne wasn't really seeing the bread off Cash Money like that, but he could do features.
All I know, Anthony, is that they need to switch up their roster. They can keep Austin Reeves, but they need to switch up their roster. Yeah, I wonder where all the OVO money is going.
For every artist in the industry and help them get #1 hits and all of this crazy type of shit, to where that money's coming to him, the pub is coming to him, those feature prices are being forwarded to his bank. It makes a lot of sense as to why he was doing that. You know what I mean? This is before a lot of artists figured out, you know, the touring situation of like, shit, if I ain't getting no money off my records, I can at least go on tour for the next 6 months. Fuck it. Eat on the run. Just very interesting to look back in hindsight at how all of this stuff panned out business-wise for these different artists and why some of those moves might have been informed the way that they were, right?
For real,
inside the industry for you. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good out there. Much love and respect, y'all. Peace.
Yeah, bro, you can't make this up, man. You cannot make this up at all. Y'all, you cannot make this up at all. This video was a treat. Let me just start there. This video was such a treat. We damn near figure out this dude's pockets. Like, this was good. This was a really, 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 really good video. I'm not even going to lie to you. There's not more I need to say. If we're going to be completely honest. There's nothing more I need to say. I said everything I needed to say for the past 2 hours. 2 hours I've been, man, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. The past 2 hours I just been like straight. Just like, bro, I have nothing more to say, bro. What more do I need to say? What more do I need to say? Bro, it's embarrassing, dude. It's embarrassing as hell. So, this next video might be very, very interesting. Let me load it up. I'll show y'all the title of the video. But for now, let's just keep going. Let's keep going.